body at the centre of data and digital space, virtual and physical space. So we're looking at the body data and virtual physical space.
And I quickly kind of realised that although many people informally and quietly, and probably in many instances quite under the radar, we're developing all sorts of really, really interesting collaborations. And I think, you know, certainly in the late parts of from the mid-90s on, I think, you know, really the sort of very common practice, I think, for people to be working between the arts and institutions vis-a-vis the kind of the context that we're talking specifically here about today around the arts and technology.
Yeah, the first thing that can go wrong is that you and your collaborators, you don't know what you want and you don't know who you are. Of course, to some degree, we know what we want and who we are, but knowing more about who we are and what we want is likely to lead us to better and more successful forms of collaboration.
My talk is roughly entitled Encouraging Collaboration, Artists and Hackers. But the first kind of real point is to define both the notion of an artist and the notion of a hacker. Now, both of these things seem relatively simplistic at first, because an artist is obviously someone who is you know, a manipulator of brushes or paper or space or form, and a hacker is someone who does all of these things but in a virtual two-dimensional flat screen environment.
We make interactive art, is how we kind of brand ourselves, but that ranges in form depending on what we're making. So we make public art, performance, games, installation, all sorts, sometimes purely online work. But at the heart of everything we do is audience participation. We always use technology in our work. Sometimes it's very much at the forefront and it's a subject matter.
I believe that there's no point in thinking about developing technology for artists. I think that we shouldn't understand art as a sector, and the ones that practice art would understand this very clearly, because art is about disruption, right?
It takes the brain only 15 minutes to adjust to seeing in 360, and it's almost as if the brain's been waiting for that hack. So it's a case of just imagine if everyone could see around them all the time, what would it mean? Obviously things like safety on the roads. Think about all the new sports that you could create.
Have a look. Yeah, that's it.
We'll think about that.